Why some guests never leave my tavern. Most wanderers think a good tavern is built on strong ale and hearty stew. They're not wrong, but they've missed the deeper magic. They see the fire polished wood, the gleaming taps of dwarven ale, and steam rising from a bowl of beast brew, and they think they understand the heart of the place. They don't. I've been told that I'm a good host, but my longest staying guests, the ones who become almost part of the very timbers of this hall, they stay for a good reason that has nothing to do with the pinch of sundrake pepper in the stew. So why do some of them never ever leave? What is it about this specific collection of wood and stone that becomes a sanctuary for souls who feel they have none? It has almost nothing to do with the mead, and everything to do with the ancient lore that the old keeper granted me, and I have spent my entire life trying to perfect a lore of belonging. You might think it's this, the perfect frothy head on a horn of orcish dark ale. Or maybe this, the rich, slow-cooked stew that wards off the chill of a cursed fen. And yes, we practice these crafts, and we do them well, but that's just the stage. The real enchantment, the weaving that truly matters, is happening in our spirits and between each other. The food and drink are just props. The loyalty, that feeling of being anchored here, that comes from something much deeper. The reason people stay is because of a deep primal need that the hurried, mundane world has a way of starving. The feeling of true, unconditional belonging. This feeling doesn't happen by chance. It's not a simple spell. I built my entire life around these three principles, designed to forge that feeling from the moment someone crosses the threshold. I call it the Hearth Warden's Craft. And tonight, I'm finally sharing the secrets of that art. The three pillars of this are the Aegis of Sanctuary, the Covenant of the Hearth, and the Resonance of Recognition. The first pillar is the most fundamental, and it begins before anyone even orders a drink. There's an old piece of lore in the study of places, a concept called prospect refuge. A sage named J. Appleton proposed that mortals and others are instinctively drawn to spaces where they can clearly see their surroundings. That's prospect. While feeling sheltered and hidden, that's refuge. It's a hunter's instinct, you see. You want to spot a rival or an ambush without feeling like a target. Now, look around my tavern. Notice the design. You won't see tables floating awkwardly in the open floor. Every single seat has its back to a solid stone wall or a high-backed booth. From almost any chair, a patron can see the front door and the bar. That's their prospect. The refuge comes from the deep booths, the dark-stained timbers, and the low-hanging lanterns that create small, intimate pools of light, leaving the spaces between in comfortable shadow. These aren't just matters of taste, they are signals to the spirit. The moment a guest sits down, their posture changes. Shoulders that were tensed for a fight begin to relax. Their weary soul gets a subconscious message. You are safe here. You can watch the world without the world pressing its dangers upon you. This feeling of safety is the foundation for everything else. You can't belong if you do not feel secure. Once a guest feels safe, The next secret comes into play. This is about turning the tavern from a building into what chronicler Ray Oldenburg called a third place. The idea, which he recorded ages ago, is simple. Your first place is your home, your second is your work, and a third place is that vital anchor of fellowship where you can just be. These sanctuaries are vanishing from the world, but my tavern is engineered to be one. How? Well, first, a controversial rule. No scrying orbs, or seeing stones, or cell phones if you're more modern, are allowed here. I know some old taverns were violent, rowdy places, but the best of them were about sharing tales. A scrying screen, or a cell phone screen for the more modern folk, atomizes a room. It makes people stare into the glowing vision passively. By removing it, conversation and song become the main event again. Second, we cultivate the hearth guard, the regulars. Oldenburg noted that regulars are the heart of a third place. They set the tone and welcome newcomers. I don't just know their names, I create opportunities for them to know each other through shared rituals. Every Friday at the 10th hour, the iron bell behind the bar rings once. It's a tradition I started years ago for no true reason. Now anyone holding a drink raises their glass, no words, just silent acknowledgement of a shared moment. It's a small thing, but it creates an us. It creates your part of an informal order, a participant in our saga. It fosters a sense of belonging no pouch of coin ever could. The final pillar is the most delicate and the most powerful. It's based on an ancient social magic called the law of echoed deeds. The rule is simple. When someone does something for you, you feel a deep spiritual urge to do something for them in return. It's a cornerstone of all fellowships. Here we practice what I call the knowing gesture. This isn't about giving away free drinks. That's an amateur's trick. It's about small, personalized gestures that cost me little, but forge a powerful spiritual bond. Take Kale, the sellsword who comes in every third day. On his last visit, I didn't just offer him a drink on the house. I said, Kale, we just tapped into a new cask of Iron Jaw Ale. I remembered you saying you favored the Dwarven brews and thought you might like to try a mug on me. Notice the specifics. His name, remembering his preferences, framing it as a personalized thought. The gesture wasn't a generic offer, it was a signal that said, I see you, I remember you, I value you. This creates a small positive debt of the spirit. His subconscious wants to repay it with loyalty. He comes back. He feels a connection that's more powerful than any transaction. These are not random acts. They are a deliberate language of appreciation. We are constantly making small, personalized deposits of regard, which the old sages teach is a key driver of loyalty. So, Prospect Refuge, the third place, and reciprocity, or put more simply, sanctuary, fellowship, and recognition. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a spell. It's just intentionally woven connection. My patrons don't stay because they're ensorcelled. They stay because in a world that often feels perilous and disconnected, this little room is warded to do the exact opposite. They feel safe the moment they sit down. They feel part of a fellowship when they raise a glass for the 10 o'clock toast. They feel known when I remember their name. These aren't just ways to run a tavern. They are profoundly deep needs of the soul. By understanding what all beings truly crave on a level deeper than thought, you can build more than just a business. You can build a sanctuary, a place where the lonely feel less alone, where strangers become shield brothers, and where some guests, well, just never want to leave, because here they feel like they belong. The next time you're in a world not your own, reading a story, playing a game, lost in a daydream, and you find a place that makes you feel truly at ease, I want you to stop for a second. Look around. I guarantee you'll see some of these secrets at play. You'll notice the seating in the prancing pony, the light in the guild hall, and the way adventurers interact. You'll feel the invisible architecture of belonging. Let me know in the comments what place feels like sanctuary to you and why you think it is. I'd love to hear your tales. At the end of the day, a tavern isn't about the potions in the flagons or the meat on the plates. It's about the feeling in the room, and that feeling, if you can build it with care, with intention, and with a little bit of ancient lore, that can be the most potent enchantment of all. Thanks for stopping by my tavern today. Take care of yourselves and be well.